It's TMNT time! Hello and welcome to another figure review. Today we're gonna have a look at the Herocross Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Hybrid Metal Figuration Donatello figure. Now I bought all four of these a long time ago and it's finally time to have a look at them one by one. And I want to have a look at them one by one because they have their own accessories, different heads and whatnot. And maybe I'll do an overview of all four of them at the end. But for now, gonna start off with Donatello. The box is done very nicely. I don't really focus on the box that much, but I really like the open window and party dude? No, Mikey's the party dude, so they're already screwing up with that one. But enough about the box. Let's have a look at the figure. Cartoon style with a little bit of a chibi look and a lot more size than expected. Because with all these chibi figures, you have the big heads and whatnot, you think it's kind of small, but then it's like 14 centimeters, which means about 5.5 inches tall for this guy. Now, as I was saying, chibi look, but with cartoon, the classic cartoon, which we all love and remember, you know, because at least I'm a sucker for nostalgia. So the head sculpt is very nicely done. You have the big round nose, the white, the big eyes with the black and white and no other detail in it. And he even has a little bit of a tongue sticking out, which is nice. The bandana is nicely molded. It has a really, just a little bit of a dynamic flowing in the wind design, so it's not just hanging off with the one strap going over his shoulder, which is not accurate. Why did you do that? I'm honestly wondering, why do you make it completely cartoon accurate with the little logo, little symbol, little emblem in the belt, but then you add this, I don't know. So all of these parts rotate around, and that really leaves for some gaps, but it's one of these figures where you have to play around and try to put them in the pose and cover everything up. He has them kind of small stubby arms and the big yellow shell part in the front, which is also movable down here. Once again, the belt piece is flowing and is connected though to these panels, so we don't get any articulation out of that, and this piece is just kind of hanging on to this. Shell is nicely molded, also looks nice, has like a light green, like dark green shade. Also that's one thing with the shell, sometimes they're black, sometimes they're kind of brownish, and sometimes they're green like that. So what's your preference? I don't know. Then we got black lines also in the purple kind of knee pads, elbow pads, which look fairly clean. Overall, the look, it is simple, but it's nice, and like I'm saying, it brings back the nostalgia of the cartoon show. Now getting to the problematic part, the articulation. And another thing I want to mention, these are called hybrid metal figuration, or what was it again? Hybrid metal figuration, that's it. I was expecting a lot of die cast. I don't see any die cast, so I'm thinking maybe it's the joints. Because everything, all these pieces, this is plastic, this is definitely plastic, you can bend that and whatnot, so where's the metal? Maybe the feet? I'm not really sure. It's really one of these things where I'm trying, I'm touching, and I'm feeling, but I can't really figure out, but it seems like most of it is plastic to me. So, articulation, you have the bandana, which is on a ball joint, so you can bring that around, move it up and down a little bit. Does go side to side a little bit. Actually, fairly nice still. Now the head articulation doesn't really have much to offer. It just like nods a little bit forward. That's that. Do you even notice that? Yeah, it goes forward a little bit. And then you can rotate it all the way around and it does not really tilt side to side. And this piece still disconnects, but I don't know, it's weird. I guess to not get in the way with the articulation of the torso. Then the shoulders are alright. You have the double ball combination kind of going into the chest and then a hinge on the shoulder ball itself. But it looks like there's something in there that could rotate, but it doesn't rotate. So I don't know if mine's frozen or if that's just like that. As I previously mentioned, you can rotate all of this around. And then we get to the shoulder articulation, which is awful. I mean, I'm trying to push it, but this is it. This is it, and it's already pushing back, so I don't know what this is supposed to be. It's bad. So shoulder articulation is, well, elbow articulation is almost non-existent. Same goes for the fist. as you can tell, you don't really have any room, so it doesn't really budge, even if you push this all the way up. Well, then you have this sticking out, and it still doesn't do anything. So rotation also goes all the way around. Then for the chest area, you can bring them, well, I would say all the way, and that's where the belt disconnects. But then you don't have anything to put the belt back in, so the belt, I don't know, it just kind of has a hole over there, so that's as far as it goes with the belt playing along with it, or this side. So again, that's just kind of weird, but you could get, I don't think if you get it all the way around, I think that's as far as it goes. Don't want to break it, also breaks up the sculpt, so why would you do that? There's also some nice muscle work in the sides. And we're going down to these panels as the belt completely disconnects, I'm thinking. Yeah, whatever. And then this falls off. Great, is that supposed to fall off? I think that was glued on. There's like, whatever. So, we got the panels over here. These move back and forth, which is really just for the legs. And the leg articulation is actually nice. Gets out to the side, goes forward, and you can kind of bring it sideways also. Doesn't go to the back because of the shell, and we have also ball joints in there with a hinge. Then the knees, just like the elbows, it's basically non-existent. Even if I pull this down again, I don't really get anything out of that. Just like it's completely stuck and it's completely blocked by the looks of it. So, you know, non-existent, and the foot is on another ball joint, so you can bring that side to side, forward, back, and off, and well, yeah. There you go with that. So for the accessories, starting off with the hat, you got the angry gritting teeth, which the expression looks nice. You have to take off the ball joints from the other one, and I have a big smudge on the forehead. Hooray for quality control! I love that. Am I a quality control magnet? Why does that keep happening to me? Alright, so yeah. But the gritting teeth is nicely done. The paint job, it's kind of flaking off, I don't know. Maybe that was on purpose. I think it looks good overall. So there we go with that. You have the one ooze canister. Very simple stuff, but effective. So I'm not really complaining about. When I say something like very simple, it doesn't mean something negative all the time, guys. That's what I'm meaning. And we got the bow staff, which is actually very nicely done. Nice mold, and I even did some like a little bit of dry brushing with the dark in it, with the kinks in it, and all the detail. Then for the hands, which are kind of underwhelming. So you got one set of opening hands, just kind of like posing. Those are cool, and then these kind of open hands for. Does he have anything to hold the ooze canister? I guess you kind of squeeze this in, so that works. Does it work for this one? Probably not. So yeah, that's just for posing. And does that fit also in the bow staff? Cannot hold really the bow staff with this one, unless you're feeling funky. And then we got 4 sets of fist hands for the bow staff. So I don't know why 4, because they mostly look the same. I don't know. It's kind of angled a little bit differently. So that's the first one. And I'll try to see the difference here. Yeah, the thumb is kind of more straightforward, I guess, but it's really minimal. This is the second set, and once again, there's the first one. Can you spot the difference? That's the wrong one. Can you spot the difference? No, I can't. So that's really it. So that's gonna bring me to the final thoughts of this figure. What do I think about the Herocross Donatello? Now, overall, I still like the design. You know, the cartoon design always, it works. And I don't really care that much for the chibi look, but it doesn't really distract also, and the paint job and everything is done nicely. And I complained kind of over this about the strap not being cartoon accurate, but you can take it completely off if you want to. So joke's on me. Now for the bad, the strap keeps disconnecting. That's what kind of like brought it back to me. Like, oh yeah, it just keeps disconnecting, so you can just take it off, which I would probably almost recommend because it's annoying. Now the articulation, as you saw, is basically non-existent. Especially the elbows and the knees is just horrible, and as you can tell, he's not really posable. It's just like, he's just kind of standing there and you just kind of move the arms around and that's it. This is like, I guess this is also a throwback to an old Playmates toy. It's just like, it's obviously it's more articulate than that, but not by a lot. So, not for a collector's item. So yeah, overall, I do not recommend this one, unfortunately, because it's just not really that great, doesn't really offer anything new except for the chibi look, and the articulation is not good. And the thing about the diecast, I think I remember kind of like, I think they have the entire skeleton of the figure made out of diecast, which in theory is a good idea, but it doesn't work, so it's not a good idea. So yeah, that's gonna do it, guys. Once again, not really recommended unless you're really crazy for the chibi look. Then you can pick them up at Big Bad Toy Store for like, they're like a heavily reduced price. If they're still there, I don't know. I bought them when the price dropped drastically, so that's why I got them. And at the end of the day, it's still, you know, I think I paid like 20 bucks or something per turtle, so it's alright. At that price, it's alright. Not really much I can complain about, but still, if you bought like, what were they, like 50? When they came out, they were like 50 or 30 or, I don't know, that was crazy, so not really that crazy about it. So that's gonna do it, guys. As usual, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, gameplay stuff, and whatever Donatello wants.